development and security.
This is a gathering of security operatives from the different law enforcement agencies in Nigeria in the company of a former president of Ghana, Mr. John Mahama, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Geoffrey Onyama, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, Mr. Lawal Daura. They are at the graduation lecture of the Institute of Security Studies. The asymmetrical character of the threat profile and insecurity necessitates a more collective response to security management in Nigeria, and that's according to the Director General of the DSS.
The complexity and dynamism of the threat profile, with a multiplicity of cross-cutting issues, necessitated greater collaboration and pooling of resources among security and strategic agencies to ensure effective and efficient management of existing and emerging threats.
Speaking on the challenges of governance and development in Africa, a former president of Ghana, Mr. John Mahama, had this to say about governance on the continent.
For the safeguarding of rights and freedoms, for the protection of the public purse, and the general reduction in the number of insurrections, Africa is better off operating an imperfect but highly effective leadership structure of democracy than to accept the high risk of dictatorial rule.
He also had a word of advice for African leaders on how to develop the continent.
For a long time, foreign interests have largely succeeded because many African countries have not been able to entrench their national interests within their democratic institutions. They have succeeded because the quest for power often trumps the safeguarding of our national interests. I therefore propose that African leaders must make efforts to define their own national interests and ensure that, just like the Western countries, we take collective and entrenched positions that do not vary irrespective of who is at the helm of affairs.
The consensus at this event is that strategic and selfless leadership on the continent is key to its development. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.